All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube segment of the Truth Football Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Jason Witten making the bold decision to come back to the Dallas Cowboys. I think that it is going to turn out really bad for the Dallas Cowboys, as I do not think he is that good. But it probably is going to end up turning out better for ESPN because he was not a good analyst either. So, Ryan and Reece, what do you guys have to say about that?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. He's coming out the commentating booth. I don't know if this has happened before. This is actually just a super interesting scenario. But I didn't really think he was particularly good in his last season. Of course, he's still a target that Dak Prescott could use, but man, with a year off, I just feel like he's definitely gonna slow down a lot. There's a lot of mileage on those legs, on those arms. And you have to question, why did he retire in the first place then if he had the intentions of coming back? Just really interesting. I would like to jump in his mind and see what he was thinking. Also, interesting that Cowboys, I don't know if they were just necessarily willing to bring him back if he was still under contract. I'm not sure how that all worked. But did the Cowboys even really want him back? I think there's a lot of questions that can be asked here.
Dude, Jerry Jones wanted him back. You know he wanted him back.
Man's a Cowboy for life, dude.
Yeah, well, this is definitely a fan favorite player coming back. I'm sure I'm living out in Cowboy country, and the fans are super excited about having him back on the team. So, I mean, I don't think Dallas has problems selling tickets, but it's gonna get people excited to come to the stadium for the time being. But I really think the Cowboys are just in win now mode. Jason Garrett has to keep convincing people that he's a real coach in the NFL. And he pulls off this trick every year, and he needs all the help he can get to do it. And so if they believe that they're going to throw all their money at Earl Thomas and they're going to, win the Super Bowl next year, that if Witten can be a help somehow in the passing game, or at the very least just be a mentor to the other young receivers they have in there, I'm sure they view it as a positive. The one thing that I think could come out of this as a negative for the Cowboys is if they use this as an excuse to neglect and upgrade their tight end position, because they really did need to get a tight end coming into this year. And, I don't know if they're going to be happy with just having Jason Witten and then forget about it, push it down the road more, but I guess we'll see about that.
Well, you know how the Cowboys like to handle things. I think that is a foregone conclusion that they are not going to sign another tight end, and they're going to go full force with Jason Witten as their tight end this year. I mean, if you look at how far they kind of pushed the whole Dez Bryant situation, I can kind of see the same thing happening here. Dez Bryant, I thought, should have been out of there a couple years before he actually was. And I know that Jerry Jones views his locker room as his children. He loves them to death, and I think that's the reason why Jason Witten is back on the Cowboys. But I'm not complaining because I really hated it when he was the announcers for the game.
Yeah, and honestly, I think, to the point that Ryan brought up, I think it's going to be really interesting when the Cowboys are, struggling to make the playoffs or don't make the playoffs, and they're going full bore to go out and win the Super Bowl, and they still can't do it. I think Jason Garrett still being a coach for that team is really quite interesting. With the amount of money that's poured into that team every year, God knows how good they'll actually be. I can tell you they're not going to win the Super Bowl. I hate to tell you that, Dallas fans. But I don't know, especially taking shots at Jason Witten for his commentating ability too. He single-handedly killed Monday Night Football. It was personally hard.
You guys are a lot more negative on the commentating aspect than me. I never had that much of a problem with him, but
if it's not Chris Collinsworth, I don't want to hear
Actually,
it.
we can spin this a little bit real quick. I know this isn't our full-length podcast, so I don't want to drag on about it, but Monday Night Football sucks. I'd much rather listen to Mike Tirico and John Gruden, which God bless him. He should get right back in that commentating booth. But honestly, Jason Witten, this booger, and whoever else they had calling plays, really was eating a dry sandwich. That was watching Monday Night Football. I was just biting into fucking bread, cheese, and meat.
Here's another little analogy for you. It's like eating cereal with water instead of milk. It's not the same.
You keep giving me exciting games Monday Night Football. I don't care who you have announcing them.
Well, I don't know. I like listening to announcers, but there's some of them that I just hear what they say, and it seems like they don't even know what they're
At
talking
least in the
about.
past, I got to look forward to Gruden's grinders. But now I have nothing to look forward to. Just man, who he doesn't even travel the booger whatever machine that he had doesn't even travel that anymore because he's blocking people's views. I what ESPN doing is baffling. This could end up being a good mutual move between the Cowboys and ESPN. So hopefully it works out for both parties.
All right, Ryan, tell us this real quick. Who should be more excited? The fans at home or Dallas Cowboys fans?
Are the Dallas Cowboys fans not also the fans at home?
No, I'm talking about the fans at home who don't have to listen to Jason Witten anymore.
I would say it's more of a win for Dallas Cowboys fans than a loss for fans at home. But if everyone's happy, then I guess everyone's happy.
All right, well, I think that could be the conclusion of the episode, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear Troy Aikman's silky voice along with Joe Buck calling out Jason Witten's name again. I'm really looking forward to that because God knows we're going to hear him at least 8 times next year because Dallas will be playing in America's Game of the Week on Fox. So God bless that, and God bless you, Troy Aikman.
Also, another little shout out to Dallas Cowboys fans. I hear that you are about to drop a lot of money on your star quarterback, Dak Prescott, and hope you guys do well with that.
All right. Fuck you, Cowboys fans.
All right, yeah. All right, see you later, guys.